Go check out FIFACoinTrader.com for excellent deals in buying and selling coins on FIFA Ultimate Team. Yo, it's Coley Bo bringing you episode 8 of Shooting for Stars. And guys, I had to start this episode off by changing around a couple of the rules. The two rules that I did change is the fact that if I win 5 games in a row, I can upgrade an extra 2 players by 1 star. Now, the old rule was that I'd upgrade a player by an extra 2 stars, so I can move a player from 3 stars up to 5 stars. But that just didn't work out all that well, and I kind of wanted to have the whole team upgraded at once. So I figured out that I'm actually on a 7-game win streak, so that's why I ended up buying Lewandowski and also Schweinsteiger. I didn't even realize myself until someone notified me on Twitter that I was indeed on a 7-game win streak. So I figured with that new rule in place, I would upgrade them 2 players. I also put into place the other rule that I changed was that if I win 10 games in a row, I can upgrade an extra 3 players up by 1 star. So yeah, I'm 3 games away from being able to do that. And I did host a Facebook poll to see who I would upgrade next. And Schweinsteiger topped the poll by almost double the votes to Lewandowski, who is in 2nd place. So I'm going to buy the players in order of that poll. And yeah, if you haven't already, go and check out my Facebook page and give it a like, because I will be more active on it over the next couple of weeks, especially with this series. Anyways, on into the first game, and with our new signings in place, our 2 3-star skillers in Lewandowski and Schweinsteiger, we come up against a guy with a pretty strong Premier League team. He's got Aguero and Tevez up front, Nani on the wing with Walcott on the other one, so a good bit of pace in there. Also Nasri in at centre midfield, and I get off to a decent start. There you'll see a nice shot, and probably very unlucky to not be a 1-0 in the lead. And you'll see here Bent is bearing down on none other than Czech. He brings his keeper out, brings him into no man's land. I round it with Bent and a nice little finesse shot to take the lead 1-0. And you'll see here Bent once again with the finesse shot. His players backed away, bad move, and that was 2-0. And again here you see Schweinsteiger using them 3-star skills to round his opponents, and unfortunately I just shot wide. So I'm trying to incorporate them skill moves into the game to make the series a bit more interesting and make it, I suppose, I was going to say point full, but I don't think that's a word. To make the series, I suppose, have a meaning by actually using the skills. Anyways, you'll see there at halftime, Bent had a hat-trick in the first half. What an absolute machine. And into the second half, look at that for a delicate chip by Lewandowski. Couple of chances there, and I was pretty much all over my opponent at this point. He had a couple of chances. I think that was the first of his chances. I was 4-0 up. I was cruising along in this game, and he crosses it in after that shot, and he scores a header with John Terry. You can't do much about them. If you bring your keeper out, sometimes you just end up being made look like a fool if they win the header. So I left the keeper in, and it did me no favors. But you see there, a couple of more chances. And yeah, the post kept my opponent, I wouldn't say in the game because this game was effectively over, but in the 90th minute, it was pretty bizarre that he decided to quit. He was literally, all he had to do was clear the ball, game over, and he doesn't lose his DNF. But you see the stats there. Actually, at halftime, he had no shots, none on target, so he really did come back into the game in the second half. But you will see there, we have won the title for Division 3, and we are now promoted into Division 2. And with that win, that means we can make another signing into the team. And next on the Facebook poll of players you wanted me to sign was David Luiz. So we popped him in there. His only connection is now with Wiltshire in the team. But you see there, he has amazing stats, 78 pace. And everyone knows how overpowered David Luiz actually is. He does have the 3-star skills, which is what we need. And you'll see there, his shooting isn't the best, but you don't need that for a centre back. His defending and heading is amazing, and his stand and tackle, everything about him, I love him as a defender. So having him and Chiellini at centre back, even though they don't have David Luiz doesn't have 9 chemistry, it doesn't make all that much difference. But into the second game, and you'll see there, we come up against a guy who's got a 5 at the back Premier League team. Podolski and Dzeko up front, Cazorla and Gerrard in midfield. A couple of decent players in there, and look at this. The tackle by Chiellini. We all know Chiellini loves to lunge into tackles. That is one of his traits. And unfortunately, it gave away a penalty. And who stepped up but none other than Super Frank to score that goal and make it 1-0. But a bad mistake by my opponent. And Bent was clear. He had pace to burn. He takes the shot, but who's there? But I think that is De Gea and goes for him to make the save. And again, there I come very close. And I was really knocking at the door at this point. I should have scored. and I had so many chances to do so, and you'll see there his keeper just kept him in it. A couple of bad shots by me, of course, but you'll see here a bit of skill by none other than Bent. The ball kind of ricochets around, and Romelu takes a shot. It deflects off Lewandowski, and it goes into the goal, and Lewandowski gets the goal. A bit of a bizarre goal there, and again his keeper made an awful mistake for that goal. Lewandowski scores that header, but the keeper should have done a lot better, and that was the score at halftime, 2-1. And things went from bad to worse for my opponent. Now, you got to consider, I'm 2 games away from a 10-game win streak and upgrading an extra 3 players. So I had to get all sweaty and stuff to take the 3-1 lead. And that's exactly what I done with Lewandowski. Scored the goal, 3-1 up, and I am now quite comfortable. But you'll see what my opponent does here. He does what my opponent in the first game done, and that was quit. And I do not understand why you quit when you're only 2 goals down, unless he was raging hard. But you'll see the stats for the game there. He only had 1 shot on target to my 9, so I was definitely deserving of being in the lead. Anyways, you'll see we got our first points in Division 2, and we make another signing, and this was the 4th player down on the Facebook poll of players to sign. So we've signed 4 players so far this episode. That's absolutely ridiculous. And if we win the last game, that means an extra 3 players, because we are now on a 9-game win streak. So we can upgrade our whole team up to a 3-star skill team. We'd have our 3-star skill team complete in 1 episode. Well, including a bit from the last episode as well, which is absolutely insane. And guys, I just want to ask you what you think I should do for the next win streak, or should I keep the win streak going, or just leave it at that, because it could get pretty messy and I could end up having a 5-star skill team a lot quicker than expected. And I know by saying this I'm kind of ruining the last game, but I hope I didn't spoil it too much. Anyways, we'll talk about that after this game. Anyways, into this game, and you'll see here his opponent had the first chance of the game after 3 minutes. A nice shot off the post. But look at this for a half volley by Schweinsteiger. That took me by complete surprise. I just pressed B, hoping for the best, and I didn't expect it to absolutely rifle into the bottom corner. But I just had to include this clip because that has to be a red card, or at the very least a yellow card. Look at that, no card for his keeper. He came out, blatantly took me out. That was an absolute joke. I tried to round his keeper. You see there, his keeper didn't do all that well once again. Took the shot and it just parried off the post, and again his keeper actually did fantastically there with that header from point blank range. But Bent isn't one to be denied on too many occasions in a game, and he scored an absolutely superb strike from outside the box. And again, the woodwork was playing a massive part in this game, and indeed this episode, I suppose. I think there was quite a few posts being hit, but I did kill off the game just on the stroke of halftime. You'll see here I think that was, Romelu, who scored with a nice finesse shot. And will we make it a hat-trick of rage quits? We'll see after I show this replay. Yes, we do. I was going to build up the suspense, but yeah, 3 rage quits in a row. So what I was wondering was, guys, for my next win streak, maybe I could go back and do the whole 5-10 again when I reach 15, like upgrade 2 extra players when I reach 15 wins. If I do reach 15 wins, like I've got 10 wins now in a row. But if I reach 15, upgrade an extra 2, and then 20, maybe upgrade an extra 3. Or maybe if I win like 25 in a row, I upgrade like 5 or something. Or if I win like, I don't know. Leave your comments in the comment section below about that little question. Answer it for me and let me know what you think. Anyways, we do make our 3 signings, our 3 extra signings. Plus, I didn't use my super sub this episode, but I wanted to complete the team, and I'm just going to include this as one of the signings. It was Czech. I know he is only 1 star, so we're not upgrading anyone by a star, but I just wanted to have the full 3-star skill team and play at least 1 game with them, because it would be kind of pointless to build a whole team and just basically upgrade it without playing a full game with them. So I will be playing my first game with them in the next episode. But you'll see the stats of all the players there, and you'll see that they're all 3-star skills, except obviously Peter Cech, who I'm going to include as my super sub. But the next question, and actually it's just something I want to put forward to you guys, is the fact that I need a 4-star skill team now. I have no ideas. I want to get an idea from you. So if you have any suggestions, send them to me either on Twitter or on Facebook. Just link me a Foothead squad of a team, a 4-star skill team. See if you could link it up with this 3-star skill team. So maybe if we replace certain players in it, we wouldn't lose all that much chemistry. do your best with what you think you could do. I will be giving a shout out to the person who whoever's team I picked. I remember I didn't give a shout out to the last guy, and I still can't remember his name. I apologize for that. But there is one other thing to thank people for. Oh yeah, a couple of people gave me 48-hour codes. There was a couple of people on Twitter. I can't remember their name. I'm so bad for this. I need to write this stuff down. My memory's horrible. But thank you for giving me codes for Xbox Live. And also Baton, who gave me a code as well. He's also a FIFA YouTuber, and you should go check him out. Anyways, that is it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. And if you haven't already, go subscribe. And I will see you next time.